Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Carlo Cardilli from mFoundry. We do mobile applications. We do mobile apps for banks and credit unions. Those are our customers. Some of the customers of ours that you might recognize include Citibank, PNC, PayPal, and BB&T. Well, what I'll be showing you today is our latest and greatest mobile banking application, which is on the iPhone. Came out about a month or so ago to great reviews, and I'm happy to say it's only one of two native applications on the iPhone. And how you get it as an iPhone user is super simple. You just go to the AT&T iPhone App Store. Hopefully it's going to load. We're in a very busy network area. You all have cell phones on. You're all fighting with me for bandwidth. But there's nothing like giving a live, naked demo with a real network behind it. So if this thing doesn't load, like Martha Stewart, I have something that I prepared a little bit earlier. All right, so that's enough of trying the App Store. Let's go to something I prepared a little bit earlier. This is the experience once you've gone to iTunes, you've typed in your password, and from iTunes, and you've got this nice app on your phone. The reason you type in a password into iTunes is so that Apple can verify that you are who you say you are, and that you can verify that what you're downloading to your phone is something legitimate and not a bunch of spyware. So let me log in with my super secret password here that shows something I would remember. So right now, I'm going over this extremely congested wireless network, and I'll log in, and I'll pull back all the information that's coming back from my bank. It'll show me my checking account, my credit card, my savings, in fact, any accounts that are linked to this identity. I can see what's going on with my checking account, fairly straightforward. Now, all of this is local to the handset. I can look at all my recent activity, and it's going to make a network call now, and we'll download my transaction history to the handset. As soon as I'm done with this and I exit out of the application, we'll throw everything out. But here it is, nice and cached, so I can see, yes, went to the gas station, paid way too much to fill up my car. I can go down, I made a transfer to savings down here, all good stuff. I could search by a variety of ways. I can search by date, I can search for that check I wrote a long time ago, I can search by amount, but it's pretty cool. We get to see these cute Apple sliders. So let's say I want to see transactions in the month of September. I can just do that. Yeah. Cute, yes. Functional, I don't know about that. But at our office, we're fond of saying, in Steve Jobs we trust, if he thinks it's right, it must be right. So, and it'll pull down the transactions. So that's your basic banking. The next thing we could do is, obviously, we can do something a little bit more interesting. We can, for example, I can pay my credit card. You'll notice there's a nav bar at the bottom that does navigation. So I can transfer from my checking account to my credit card, pay off that amount, 2568.75, and my credit card is paid as soon as I approve it. I can also go to payments. I could see the payments I've done recently. I could look at what's scheduled. Let's look at scheduled, and we'll see some stuff come down. And look at that. I've got 2 loan payments going out, same date, roughly the same amount. One of them has to be wrong, so let me check this one. Yeah, that's the one I want to get rid of, so I'll just cancel that one. And it's gone. Go back to payments, and now I can actually pay a bill that I should be paying. So I'll go to my payee. My power bill is overdue. Sitting in the airport at JFK, wonder if the flight's ever going to take off. I'll pay my gas bill. I'll pay it from my, assuming that my bank allows me to pay for my credit card, I'll pay for my credit card. And my wife just called me and said it's humongous. So I'll send him $230. I don't want to give him a whole lot of float, so I'll make it for the 25th. And expensive stuff. And away we go. And I paid my bill. And lastly, the most interesting thing, if you're a user on the go, is the ability to use the phone's locations to find stuff around you. So for example, I can just hit locations, I could type in a zip code, I could type in an address, but seriously, if you're using your cell phone and you're looking for an ATM or a bank, what is the likelihood that you'll even know your zip code? So we have this handy dandy feature near me. It uses the phone's capability to know where it is. In the case of this old Apple iPhone 2G, it goes on triangulation. If it was a newer 3G phone, it'd actually be the GPS chip inside the phone. So it's taking its time, and these are all the locations near us. So let me just pick one. Should be fairly close. And I've lost my network. Let me try that again. So back to locations near me. Man, this is a race against the clock with this network. So I could call it, and the phone would go into call mode, or I could do, just let's put on a map. This invokes the native Google Maps application on the phone, complete with a location. That bullseye is where we are, and it'll drop a pinpoint on the map to show where the location is. And you can see it's not too far off from Times Square here. And we can go get directions and all that kind of good stuff. So that is it for our iPhone mobile banking application experience. I invite you to come and see us at the tables outside in the demo hall, where we can explain to you as a bank how this might affect your business, how it would improve your ROI and customer acquisition. Thank you.